Hi everyone, there's less than 50 days to go until my 50-day cycle ride around the UK in aid of the MS Trust. So I thought I'd get a bit of a video together just to let you all know what it's all about and what I've been doing prep wise, training wise and everything else wise. So I figured the best place to start my video was actually out on a bike ride. So nice actually breeze-free evening. So anyway, my ride starts on June the 12th at Nuffield Health Gym in Chichester. It'd be great to see some of you there to wave us off or even ride a few miles out of Chichester with me. I will be returning 50 days later on July the 31st, which would have been my sister Kathleen's 50th birthday, hence why I'm doing 50 days around the UK. It's to celebrate her life and yeah, to wish her a happy birthday really. So again, it would be great to see some of you back in Chichester when I arrive on July the 31st. So that brings me to the MS Trust. As many of you know, I've been raising money for the MS Trust for many years now, taking part in treks, marathons, cycle rides, jumping out of aeroplanes, just about most of the sort of charities type stuff. They're a brilliant charity doing amazing things for the whole MS community around the UK, those living with MS, those affected by MS. They also supply information to families and that, so everyone has a bit more understanding with multiple sclerosis, and they're just a great charity. I've made many friends there, and yeah, I'm very passionate about what I do for them, hence why I'm taking on this massive cycle ride. So let's get a few more miles in and we'll have another chat. Well, that's about 10 miles of this evening's ride out of the way. So where do we start with a challenge like this? Well, this is taking a lot of preparation, and by the time I get to the start line at Nuffield Health Gym in Chichester on June the 12th, I'd have spent 2 years planning and training for this event. So it takes a lot of time. I mean, sorting out the routes, sorting out accommodation, sorting out kind sponsors. I'm steaming up. Yeah, and then obviously training. Over the winter, I was in the gym 3 nights a week on the turbo at home. Did a little bit of running. And then yeah, now it's basically every free moment I get, I'm on the bike, just trying to get as many hours in the saddle as possible, keep the legs spinning, just keep building up strength to help me up all those good almighty hills all the way around the UK. There's some big old hills which yeah, it could be quite off-putting, but I've grown to like hills, treating them as a challenge, and I enjoy them rather than hating them now, because otherwise it just makes the ride crap, and I want to enjoy it. So yeah, so it takes a lot of training, a lot of time, planning routes. I've got massive amount of people to thank, so I'm going to finish this ride and then get home, get showered, and then I'll mention all those kind people. So let's go and do another about 8 miles and then let's get home. So just back from cycle ride, so a bit more training out of the way. I'll say it's less than 50 days to go now, and I'm as ever raising money for the MS Trust. So a lot of people will ask me, what is multiple sclerosis? Well, it's a condition that affects the nerves in the brain and the spinal cord, which is known as the central nervous system. There is no cure for MS. It is a lifelong condition. It's not infectious, it's not contagious, but it does affect young adults. It is the most common disability in young adults as well. Yeah, we need to find a cure for this, and we need to raise as much money as possible, which is why I've set myself a target of £50,000 on this little challenge. So a challenge like this is it's all about the people around you, the people that can help, the people that basically invest in you. So I've got 1 or 2 people that I need to thank for coming on board, in no particular order. Power Bar, who are supplying me with energy bars, energy gels and additives to keep my strength and power up during the ride. Nuffield Health Gym in Chichester have given me free membership and fitness plans and diet plans and everything else. We're actually holding a static bike ride there this coming Saturday, so come along to that if you're around. Fat Creations, my mate Alistair lives a few doors up. He's just an amazing guy. He always gives me great advice and hints and tips. Whatever you want to know about cycling, he's your man. And if you want a good paint job on your bike, he's definitely the person to speak to. Pulsing, again, another food company. They're supplying me with cereal bars. I'll be having one of them every morning. Basically, that's again going to fill me up with all the power and energy I need. Spirit FM, my local radio station, have been absolutely brilliant. They've been plugging my event and all the fundraisers and that I've been doing along the way. Stuart, Simon, Ian, India, they were all like, yeah, the best really. They helped me out with the quiz night, which we raised just over £2,000, which was brilliant. Got Stuart and Simon taking part in my static bike ride this coming weekend. I'm sure that'll be a bit of a giggle, so I look forward to that. My local primary school, Aldingbourne Primary School, they've got involved. They're collecting coppers and that for me. They're doing pedal for a medal. So all the kids are bringing in all their coppers, and in turn they get a free day of learning, and they all get a medal each. Monkey Socks, they supplied me with some snazzy socks to wear during my challenge. Where else we got? Brightside Lights have supplied me with like a light that goes on the helmet, so I can be seen in poor visibility. Varoo Cycles, wow, all I can say is if you want the best touring bike, go and speak to James at Varoo Cycles. He set me up with an absolute brilliant bike, absolutely love it. It's titanium, carbon forks. It's probably the most comfortable bike I've ever owned and ridden. So yeah, really chuffed for that. yeah, go and check them out. They're local to me. They're in Bognor, so yeah, check them out. Brilliant. Who else we got on here? Sorry Cycle League. They've donated quite a lot of money into it, and Glenn there, he's donated money to a lot of my fundraising throughout the years, so I really appreciate that. The cyclejersey.com, they have been supplying my cycle jerseys and training t-shirts and things like that at discount rates. Really good. Prism Creations, they've done loads of leaflets and posters and that for me. Check them out. Who else we got? Ash Katecha, a real fun guy, really nice bloke. Met him during Kilimanjaro. He set up the website for me, and yeah, I know how time consuming that is, and he's put all his own time and effort into that, so I really appreciate that. And yeah, well, without all those sponsors, this wouldn't be able to go ahead. But it's not just the sponsors and supporters and that, it's also people that have offered places to stay. So what I will do, I've got a list here of all the places where I'm stopping each day, and the people that have kindly put me up free of charge. So let's start off with day one, which is Chichester to Bournemouth, and my good friend Charlie Staples, who I met while trekking the Sahara. Her and her husband are offering me a bed and something to eat on the first night in Bournemouth. So thanks Charlie, appreciated. Day two is to Dorchester, and my friend Georgie Easton and her husband Fletcher are offering me a place to stay. I met Georgie while trekking Peru a few years ago. Her and her husband have also done one of my cycle events around the Isle of Wight. A really nice couple. Day three sees me going to Exmouth, and my good cycling buddy Sarah Hill has sorted me out with a friend of her sister's, who is Andrew Grist, I think that's how you pronounce his surname. He's put me up, don't know the guy, but he's kindly put me up, which I really appreciate. And he has a cycle shop, and he said any help I need with the bike, he's willing to help, so appreciate that. Day four, June the 15th, I ride to Plymouth, and I'm staying at the Rusty Anchor B&B, so look them up. I'm looking forward to staying there. Plymouth's a really nice part of the country, and the Rusty Anchor have agreed to put me up for the night free of charge, so massive thanks to them. And then after that, I find my way going to Falmouth in Cornwall and staying with Tina and Stephen Pace. Met them while riding to Paris a few years ago. They used to live fairly local, but they've moved down there recently, and I'm staying with them for 2 nights, and they're hoping to be doing a few miles with me as well. I will be riding from their house in Falmouth to Land's End, and then to Land's End to somewhere near St Ives, then being picked up, taken back to Falmouth, staying there the night, and then the next day going back to St Ives, and then onwards to Bude. And that is where I should be heading to on day 8, and I will be staying at Little Punder's B&B. Again, they've agreed to put me up free of charge, so massive thanks to them. Day 9, June the 20th, I head to Taunton, and I will be staying at Mounsell House. And Mounsell House have just been awarded some prize on 4 in a Bed, I think it's called. Really nice place. Royalty have stayed there, so looking forward to staying there. I mean, I'm no royal, but if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. Day 10, I head over into Wales, and thanks to Laura Percival, who used to work for the MS Trust, become a really good friend of mine. I think it's her cousin, Di Baker. He's putting me up for the night, so thank you very much to you. From Chepstow, I will be heading to Glassbury, and I will be staying at Radnor House. Again, you know, massive thanks. And then from there, I am heading to a place in Wales, and I can't pronounce it, Machlith or something like that. And that is thanks to my good friend Richard Halsall, who I've met through the MS Trust. We've become very, very good friends. Him and his wife Carol often used to come down to my event I used to hold at Goodwood. And Richard just wanted to get involved as much as he could with this event, and he's helped me out. Well, you'll see as I'm reading through this just how much the guys involved. The next day I will be heading to towards Bangor, but on the way I will be climbing Mount Snowdon. And there's a guy I know from Goodwood, Jerry Jones. He's going to be putting me up, I think, at his mum's house, and he will be climbing Snowdon with me and running me around a bit as well. So massive thanks to you. The next day I will be heading over the River Mersey and into Liverpool and staying at Southport with my good friend Richard Halsall. And I know he's got a few friends who are going to be joining us as well, so look forward to that. And he's hoping that we can take in a few landmarks on the way in his neck of the woods. And then on day 15, June 26, we will be heading to, along Blackpool Leisure Beach and onto Morecambe, where Lisa and Stuart Bloxham have kindly paid for accommodation for me. Stuart I met while doing the Free Cities ride. We've become very good friends, and his fiancée Lisa and him have both taken part in my Isle of Wight cycle as well. And yeah, I think actually I've done a couple of rides with Stuart. And then the next day I will be heading to the Scafell Pike area, and I'm hoping to climb Scafell Pike. And a very good friend of mine, Rachel Coe, has kindly agreed to put me up on day 16. She's just bought herself a camper van and has kindly offered me a bed in the back of that. And she's also going to be riding with me. Again, I've ridden a couple of times with Rachel. She's living with MS, and she's also one of the strongest riders I know. And yeah, she's an amazing lady. The next day I will be heading off into Carlisle, and our neighbours, Julia McCulloch, her brother Simon, he lives up there, and they've agreed to put me up for the night, which is great. I really appreciate that. I met Simon a few times at Julia's house for a few parties, and it actually be quite nice to see him sober, so or me being sober anyway. And then June the 18th, June the 29th, day 18, is a day I'm really looking forward to. It will be heading up to Hamilton in Scotland, and my good old mate Brian Thompson's house, staying there with him and his family. Looking forward to meeting all of those. And Brian's actually going to be riding for a few days with me as well, which would be good. Brian has done several treks with me, from Kilimanjaro, the Grand Canyon, Peru, Everest. So I've not seen Brian on a bike before, and he's a strong trekker, but I don't know if he's that good on a bike. But looking forward to having a couple of days with Brian. And then day 19 is, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, Ewich Guest House in Cranlarrick in Scotland. Again, they've kindly agreed to put me up. And then day 20, I head to Fort William, and I will be staying with Connie and Rennie Van Balen at Ard Blair. which is a guest house. They're putting me up free of charge. Looking forward to staying with them. Great people. And then yeah, from Fort William, I will be climbing Ben Nevis with Brian, and then on alongside Loch Ness and in towards Inverness, and I will be staying with a guy called Malcolm, and staying at his bed and breakfast called Pitforain. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I'll be staying with Malcolm twice, actually, on the way up and on the way back down. So I really appreciate their hospitality and kindness. Day 22, I head to Tain, and I will be staying at the Eagle Hotel. On day 23, I shall be heading to Larg, L-A-I-R-G, I think it's Larrig, and I will be staying at the Amber Sky Annex. On day 24, I will be heading to Betty Hill, and I will be staying with Roy and Izzy at the Poorhouse. Looking forward to that. Quite nice views and all that around there. On day 25, July the 6th, I will be heading to Thurso, and I will be staying at Senga's B&B. On day 26, I will be heading to John O'Groats and then back to Thurso and staying at the Pentland Lodge house in Thurso. Day 27 is back to Betty Hill, and thanks to my good friend Colin Beckett, who I've done a few rides with, he's kindly paid for my accommodation for that night, so thanks very much, Colin. We have a good old laugh when we have a ride, and he's just done the 3 cities with me. Quite enjoyed that. And then from Betty back to Larrig and staying with Caroline Cousins. Need to look to see what the name of that place is. It's on my phone, but thank you, Caroline, for putting me up at your place. And then day 29, I'm back into Tain, and I will be staying at the 8th Voe B&B. Thanks to Norma for that. Day 30, back to Inverness and back to Malcolm's house at Pitforain. Looking forward to 2 stays there, so hopefully on the way up I could drop a little bit of gear there, so I haven't got to carry so much stuff with me heading up to John O'Groats. So looking forward to that. And then from Inverness to Port Nookie, and I will be staying at the Rosemount Hotel. And then day 32, I will be staying in Aberdeen, and that is thanks to Janine Toner, who did my last ride to Amsterdam. Janine was raising money for the MS Trust as well, and she's kindly paid for my stay in Aberdeen, so thank you very much, Janine. On day 33, I will be staying with my friend's mum, Amanda Stewart. I met while trekking the Grand Canyon, and I will be staying with her mum, and obviously get to see Amanda again. I haven't seen her for a few years, so when I get to Dundee, I'll be staying there. And then I've got basically the next day is a short day, but basically a rest day, and then I will be riding off to the Alberta B&B before heading off into Edinburgh. And once again, Richard Housel has kindly sorted out accommodation. I think it's either his sister or sister-in-law's house I'm staying at. So again, thanks Richard for sorting that out for me. And then from Edinburgh to Berwick upon Tweed, and I will be staying at the Cobbled Yard, and again, kindly donated, so thank you very much. After that, I will be heading to Amble, and I will be staying at the number 16 Amble, which is a bed and breakfast. Michelle Terrell has kindly donated a room and accommodation for me there. From Amble on day 38, I head to Sunderland, and my good friend Trevor Nye has kindly paid for that room for me. Met Trevor on a couple of rides. He's just done the Amsterdam ride with me. Great guy. He also raises money for the MS Trust, and he will also be riding a few days with me as well. So I look forward to that. I always have a good laugh with Trevor as well. And he actually bought me an ice cream in Amsterdam, which went down very well. On day 39, I will be heading into Middlesbrough, and thanks to Rachel Evans, again a person that I've met riding to France, I think it was, yeah, in Paris. Rachel, again, a great cyclist, so thanks to her that she's paid for my accommodation in Middlesbrough. So thanks, Rachel, appreciate that. Day 40 is thanks to Shona Howes, staying at her house in York, so thank you very much. And then we get to day 41, and I will be staying in Doncaster, and thank you again to Trevor Nye. He's sorted me out a room there, and he will also be riding with me to Nottingham the next day, where I will be staying with Joe Heffernan, who I've met on several rides. He's also taken part in a couple of my events which I've planned. Joe's wife is living with MS, and I've become good friends with Joe over the years, and he's agreed to put me up for the night, and also pick me up and drop me back to Nottingham for my ride then off to Peterborough, which I will be now staying in a hotel with Trevor Nye again, because he'll be riding with me to Letchworth, where I will be riding on day 44, and I will be staying with the lovely Kelly Boston and her husband Adrian. Kelly works for the MS Trust, and she's basically the person I always contact whenever I'm phoning the MS Trust up. Become very good friends. Kelly took part in one of my cycle rides around the Isle of Wight, and had a very good laugh. I think Kelly might say different when we talk about the hills, but yeah, lovely lady, and her husband's a bloody good laugh as well. So looking forward to staying with them. And Kelly tells me she's got a hot tub as well. So looking forward to dunking in that when I get there. Day 45, I head to Sevenoaks, and that is thanks to Liz Scully for putting me up there. She's paid for I think it's a travel lodge. So thank you very much, Liz. On day 46, I head to Maidstone, and I will be staying with Gloria Barnett at Windy Bottom. So hopefully that's just the name of the place and not what I'll be suffering with. Day 47, I head to Dover, and I will then be heading to Hastings and staying with a friend of mine, Leah, who I met while doing the Everest trek, and she's agreed to put me up in Hastings, or the Hastings area, and with her husband. So looking forward to that, looking forward to catching up with Leah again. And then my final night away is day 49, and I will be staying in Brighton, and that is thanks to Rita Dingwall, who has kindly paid for me for a room at a hotel on the seafront at Brighton. A really nice room, really been spoiled by Rita, and she's also going to be taking me out for a meal as well. So thank you, Rita. Done a few rides with Rita. Unfortunately, the last ride, she had a nasty accident, couldn't complete the ride, but she's a lovely lady and wanted to get involved with this. So yeah, she's kindly put me up in Brighton, and she will be riding with me as well, which I look forward to. And then yeah, day 50 from Brighton via Box Grove. I will be stopping at my sister's grave to wish her a happy birthday on July the 31st. And then on to Chichester and back to Chichester Gate, where I will complete my ride. I hope to get there around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So if anyone is there or anyone around, please do come along and cheer us in. And if you want to buy me a beer, because I haven't had a beer since New Year's Eve, you know, I'm not going to argue, you know, just line them up, that would be great. So yeah, that's where all the places where I will be staying. So if you would like to get involved in any way, if you would like to donate, you can donate £5. To donate £5, sorry, you can text KS UK 50 to 70970. If you would like to donate £10, you can text KS UK 50 to 70191. Or if you would like to donate through my Virgin Money Giving, it's http://uk.virginmoneygiving.com/Kenny Smith. So that is how you can help me reach my target of 50 grand. Last but not least, I would like to say a massive thank you to my wife Sandra, my girls Amy, Lauren and Grace, who just let me get on with everything, and I couldn't do this without them. Actually, I need to say about my kit and everything, because this is all unsupported. I will be carrying everything with me for the 50 days. Two panniers on the back and a rack pack and a handlebar bag. Going to be carrying everything I need. I think I've got it down to about 14 kilos at the moment, but that's plus water and plus food. I've got a sat nav on the handlebars, and I'm going to be also carrying a map and also notes with me. What else is there? Yeah, everything's rechargeable, so I don't need to carry any batteries. I just need to make sure I charge everything when I get to my accommodations in the evenings. Be carrying a few spares, a few electronics, clothes, just a few clothes for the evenings, not too much. Luckily, I'm in decent accommodation, so I don't need to take a tent, I don't need to take a sleeping bag, so that's kept a lot of weight down. I just want to be on that start line now, and I want to just be doing it. You know, people have asked me how do I feel about it. Am I nervous? If I said I wasn't nervous, I'd be a liar, and I am. I'm very nervous about it all. You know, obviously you get a lot of idiots on the road, and that's one of the biggest things I am worried about. But most of the route is going to be on national cycleways, quiet roads, cycle paths. So we're not going to be hitting any motorways or, you know, big old fast roads. So it all should be fairly quiet. But I'm going to be. I've got some bright yellow panniers, so I should be seen. I always ride with my lights on, so we should all be good. But yeah, it is pretty scary stuff. It's a massive challenge. It's 2,655 miles, so it's definitely going to be the biggest challenge that I've done. But it's all going to be worth it. You know, it's all about raising money for the MS Trust, and you know, basically helping the 100,000 people in the UK that live with MS. Let's see, you know, let's do 50 days around the UK. You know, I'm gonna obviously get sore, gonna have a few aching muscles and bones, and there'll be a lot of tears, but you know, I'll get over that. You know, people with MS, they're living with that every day, so it's the least I can do. 50 days out of my life, and then yeah, once it's all over, I can enjoy a beer afterwards, and you know, the aches and pains will go. So it's nothing. It's you know, compared with those good people. So yeah, just want to get on with it now. So I think I've probably bored you enough now with all of that, all the planning, all the training. It's just basically every evening on the bike. Yeah, YouTubing, I'm researching, you know, the routes and things like that. I was researching gear and kit and, you know, bits for the bike. As I say, Veru have sorted me out with a brilliant bike. I've put a new saddle on there, and you know, I always, you know, I've got to try and get the best sort of kit you can. My cycle shorts are, you know, I haven't bought cheap shorts, so I want to be comfortable in them. So it's cost me a lot of money to do this. It's obviously 50 days away, so you know, you need to make sure that I've earned that money beforehand before I go. So you know, I've invested a lot of my own money and time into this, so you know, please, you know, if you can afford a £5, please, you know, put a £5 into my fundraising, and you know, let's see if we can make a difference, you know, for the MS Trust. Right, well, I'll you know, probably do now, and I look forward to seeing you all on the start line on June.
On the road again, just can't wait to get off.